Texas, United States of America. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States. Great evening here. It's calmer, a little warm. I don't know what it is where you are. My brothers and sisters in Nigeria and Africa, I hope you guys are doing well. Friends, fans, well-wishers from the United States and around the world, I hope you had a great weekend and looking forward to a brand new week. And I hope everything is sailing through, and we hope for a greater week. So if you are going to be part of this program this evening, please show up and start doing what we do best. Again, I introduce myself as Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and then the CEO of ONN and the Nightingale Radio here in Houston, Texas, United States of America. We are a movement, a global movement for peace, progress, prosperity, and security everywhere on earth, starting from Nigeria, Africa, United States, and everywhere. It has been such a great week, and I will to use this opportunity and medium to thank all those who came yesterday and to be part of our live stream yesterday. It was very, very personally rewarding, looking at the number of people who came in thousands to come, and then more are still viewing that classic stream, because of the content, it carried. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for all that you have done before this time, and hoping we look forward to building that trusting and a lasting relationship with you, and expand our scope and our reach, as we fight to inspire people from across the world to rise up for themselves, rise up for their generation, rise up for their children, rise up for their various countries, and collectively rise up for the world. Yes, so thank you very much. Today we are going to be talking about something that has been happening in Nigeria for a very long time, and that has just reached a very dangerous crescendo that is putting the country called Nigeria at risk of evaporation from the surface of this earth, unless and except the people of Nigeria see a reason to rise up, unite, and stop that from getting beyond where it is right now. As it stands right now, Nigeria has been circled, by mercenaries, and sadly, they don't want us to talk about it, but this thing has been going on for a very long time. We have no choice but to talk about it and give it the befitting name, so that the people of Nigeria today and those who will be coming after us in the future, we understand what took place at a certain time in the country's history. And the reason why we are talking about is Fulani terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. Fulani terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. It is real. And more importantly, when they started, people put a religious coloration to it. No. This fight, this rage, this onslaught against Nigeria has nothing to do with religion. It is absolutely nothing to do with religion. It is driven by the quest, the hunger, yes, the voracious hunger for the control of resources through politics, economics, and finance. That's just what it is. And they have deployed all kinds of manners of violence to want to achieve that goal. It started with the Hausa people in 1804. 1804, yes, when they came, Osman and Fodio came and invaded the Hausa land, turned the place upside down, destroyed the people, destroyed their kings, took over their thrones, installed his children and their cronies as leaders over the majority Hausa people that occupied that place that later became Nigeria, a part of Nigeria in 1960. Yes, so for the Hausa people, they have been in chains, they have been in that shackle for a sum total of 221 years this year. And for Nigeria, it's been 64 years as a country being under this Jim Crow thing. And this is the reason it must stop. And they are only interested in being the leaders. They don't want to be led. They want to be at the center of leading. And Nigeria has given them a lot of opportunity to lead. Yes, each and every one of them came in the name of the North, even though that they don't care about the North, even though they don't care about the people of the North. They care more about their Fulani nationalism because they have this long-term ambition, long-term vision to establish a Fulani nation on the soil of Nigeria, making the people, the aborigines of Nigeria, their slave. This is what exactly it has been. And every generation, it gets worse. So we are at a point now where our country, Nigeria, has been circled by these people. And then these people are Usman Fodio Fulanis, number less than 10 million by virtue of the country's population. And you may want to know the population of Nigeria as it stands right now. The population of Nigeria, though we have not been able to establish a recount because every attempt made to count Nigeria was thwarted by these same people. They don't want the people of the world to know what the true population of Nigeria is. They hide behind religion to thwart efforts to count our people for strategic national planning and for crime prevention, like we are seeing upsurge in crimes and criminal activities in Nigeria. Hey, Yusuf, thank you very much for joining. How are you? If you are just joining us for the first time, please, we appreciate if you can click the subscription button and then also the notification button so that when we come online at all times and anytime, you'll be one of those first to be notified. And again, we appreciate your patronage. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your subscription. We appreciate those who have joined our membership, those who help us to grow by their donations here and there to expand our scope and our mission. We sincerely and deeply, very deeply appreciate you. Hey, Kasimi, I'm sorry. How are you? Hey, good to hear from you. I hope you're having a good time. And I hope you had a great weekend. Ezel Bush, thank you. How are you? All right, you from Jamaica. Wagwan, man. What Wagwan? I hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to hear some little Bob Marley here and there, while we talk about this. Now, listen to what a Nigerian leader had to say at independence on day one, what he said about a race, about an ethnic group in a supposed one Nigeria. Right there on day one, he bewildered the British interviewer or reporter who interviewed him about the positions he adopted, the very early life of Nigeria. And I'm going to, again, I would like for those who want to know the history of Nigeria, especially Nigerian young people who are no longer taught the history of their country, we'll go back to amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorate in 1914, and which is the genesis of the Nigeria's odyssey that we must end and turn it around for the good of all Nigerians and the responsible immigrants or those who be coming to Nigeria for one reason or the other, either to do business, to know Nigeria and be part of Nigeria. So we're going to teach that history. I love to do that. Yes, I am from Nigeria, proudly from Nigeria. Yes, proudly for Nigeria. Seramo Dio, you are out of this place because we don't tolerate your kind of nonsense. All right? So bye for now, and you'll never come back here again. We are not gay. We respect the rights of every human being, but when you don't call anybody name here, we don't tolerate that. We are very, very allergic to all those that. So goodbye. You will never come back to this channel anymore. So yes, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I love America. Yes, because I've lived in America for 29 going to 30 years. I don't have problem with the country. I may have problem with some people inside the country, maybe some of those people who lead the country to extremism. But America is a great land. There are a lot of people from your country, I believe. I support Palestine. I don't support the massacre of Palestinians. All right? And I'm going to ask you a question too, because that's one of the reasons I'm here to address a particular issue. Yes, I do not support the massacre of poor, defenseless, and innocent Palestinians and Palestinian children. You understand? Because I am a humanist. I believe that God created all of us equal. Now, but what about you? Are you aware about what is going on in Nigeria? That there are some people who support Palestinians, some people who support Palestinians in Nigeria are massacring fellow Nigerians. They support Palestinians. They condemn what Israel is doing to Palestinians. Like I don't like what Israel is doing to them. But in Nigeria, the same people who are condemning Israel are doing worse things in Nigeria. So they are not different from Benjamin Netanyahu. So they are evil. Yes, those are the people who are creating confusion in Nigeria. And that they are some Fulanis. Some, I didn't say all. They are a species of Fulanis driven by jihad, economic jihad. You know, not because they are true Muslims. They are hypocrites. They don't know Allah. They don't know God. But they are driven by politics. They are driven by economics. And they are driven by finance. Their mission is to take over Nigeria violently and then kill off all the aborigines of Nigeria. Yeah, those are the type of people. You see how balanced it is? So now, Ansari, can you take the same position that I have taken? You are, I bet perhaps you are a Palestinian, or you are one who is who does not like what is happening to Palestinians and Palestine. Now, do you like to hear that some people who claim that they are Muslims in Nigeria, they are killing Nigerian fellow Nigerians because they are not Muslims and because they live inside Nigeria, a minority who want to erase the whole of Nigeria? So I would love you to answer that. If you answer it, I will know that you are a true Muslim. But if you dodge it, I will have a question mark on you. So do you like anybody killing anybody for any reason? I know that Allah does not permit the killing of anybody. All right? Whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, Allah does not permit anybody killing. So those people who ride in the name of Allah to kill innocent and defenseless people anywhere and everywhere on earth, they are children of Satan. They are not working for God, because you have no power to fight for God. God is powerful. That is why he does not need an army to fight for him. He's able. He's the one who is the creator and the author of the universe. So he doesn't need any soldier fighting for him. So those people who come and say they are fighting in the name of Allah or in the name of God, they are beasts and animals. They are not human beings. All right? It's the same thing that Netanyahu and Hitler did that they are doing. So we cannot condemn them, contain them, or condone them anywhere on earth, because they are children of Satan. All right? That's what is happening in Nigeria as we speak right now. Hey, Chris Adam, hi, how are you, my dear brother? I hope you're doing well. So we are talking about the Fulani nationalism, terrible Fulani nationalism, driven by hate, driven by economics, driven by politics, and driven by finance. They want to grab, they are land grabbers. They are not grabbing land in the name of Allah. Yes, they arm bandits, arm mercenaries, and put them in Nigerian forest. They come out from their forest to rape our women, kidnap our people for ransom, kill our people, sell their body parts. They're selling hearts, they're selling liver, they're selling every body part that they steal from those who are not able to pay them ransom for their release. Yes, they have sacked so many villages and towns in Nigeria. They are evil. They are doing the same terrible thing that Benjamin Netanyahu is doing in Palestine. So any person who supports the Palestinians and support these evil people is a child of Satan and not a child of God. You are not doing the will of God. Yeah, those are the things. We have to stamp them out. Like I want Netanyahu to be stopped. So from further killing children, bombing hospitals, and all that. Yeah, because I am a child of the Almighty living God. who does not discriminate against anybody, who does not hate anybody. I condemn Hamas if they are out there killing innocent and defenseless Israelis. Nobody has right to take the life of anybody. Yes, nobody has any right to take the life of anybody. Yes, so the two groups must stop. Just like we want the evil Satan children in Nigeria to stop. I am raising my hand for the Almighty God. Yes, I'm raising my hand for the Almighty God. So I am not going to stand and take side with anybody because I don't understand what is taking place. What is taking place there is apartheid. What is taking place there is about land. Those who are in Nigeria killing fellow Nigerians, killing innocent and defenseless Nigerians are evil. They say they are Muslims. They are not true Muslims. They are bastards. They are children of Satan, beasts of no nation. So if they are killing Nigerians, they have no right, they have no moral platform to stand on to criticize Benjamin Netanyahu for what he's doing in the Palestine. But me, I stand on the authority of the Almighty God, who created all men to be equal, to condemn both Netanyahu and what he's doing, and those who are killing innocent and defenseless people in Nigeria because they share religious variances, and those who kill people any and everywhere in the world in the name of God and the name of religion. So I will not. Boko Haram massacred Christians in Nigeria, but this man is calling out Israel. I am calling out, if it looks like Cuomo, it looks like you don't understand English. If you understand English, you will see and look at the theme of what we are discussing today. Boko Haram belong to the pit of hell. They belong to pit of hell. They are Satan, and they are Fulanis driving them. That is why I am standing up against them. Just as I will condemn Israel, Netanyahu, not the whole of Israel. It's not the whole of Israelis that are involved in killing Palestinians. Their leader is Netanyahu. Yes, the new Hitler. Yes, who is killing women and children everywhere. Like Boko Haram is killing women, children, innocent and defenseless people, even including Muslims, because they don't know God, because they are children of Satan, because they are barbaric, they are animals. They are not human beings. They sleep with animals. Yes, they are beasts of no nation. So those are the ones. If you, Karamo Dio, you are a human being. I don't know how much you have read. I have read all the books. Nowhere God said that anybody should kill anybody. Yes, that was why in 1963, Emperor Haile Selassie, the greatest king to have come out of Africa, actually the earth's rightful ruler, came to the United Nations General Assembly in 1963 and said these words: yes, until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, everywhere will be war. 1963. And that was what Robert Nesta Marley put into a song that says, until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Well, everywhere is war. Me say war. And until there's no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, I beg to say war. And until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regards to race, me say war. Well, until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, and the rule of international morality we remain but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. Well, everywhere is war. Me say war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, rumors of a war, and until the day, the African continent will not know peace. Because we Africans, we fight if we find it necessary. Tell you what, we know we shall win. As we are confident in your victory of good over evil, of good over evil. Well, everywhere is war. Do you get that? You get that, right? Yes. Now, going back to the story of Africa. Mr. Koramodio, I don't know where you come from, and I don't care where you come from. Do you know the story of the African man? The African people were first enslaved by the Arabs for 700 years. Did you hear that? The Arabs enslaved Africans for 700 years. Go to your Arab history. They may not teach you that because they don't want you to know that. Yes, the Arabs enslaved the African people for 700 years. And during those 700 years, every black male African that was enslaved was castrated. What can be as evil as that? 700 years by the Arabs. Yes. Then after that came the Europeans. The Europeans enslaved the Africans for 400 years. They created them like sardines, dumped them throughout the Atlantic Ocean. And in the process of transporting them to America, Europe, and other places on earth, over 12 million of them died. And they were tossed into the Atlantic Ocean for sharks and other fish to feed on. Yes, that's the story of the black man. 1,100 years of European and Arab slavery. Can your race stand it? And still the black people are standing and they are forgiven. They did not go to war. They did not want to pay back. Yes, that's why I was sad when President Donald Trump, on reacting on a false report brought by crazy Afrikaners in South Africa, that the white people in South Africa were being murdered. He claimed that there was a genocide going on in South Africa against the white people because he was listening to Elon Musk. I am happy where his relationship with Elon Musk is right now. Their relationship has crashed, but that's going to be a big topic for another day. Hopefully next weekend, I'm going to be presenting the story of the fight between President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who came from South Africa to become a king here in the United States. Well, something that has never happened. Hey, Chooks, Ezeji, nice to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So me, I am a global citizen. I'm a child of the living God. God did not tell me that there was anybody who was superior to me. And God did not tell me that there was any religion that was superior to what I believe. Yes. So after the Arabs enslaved, during the process of enslaving the African people, 700 years of hell, yes, castrated all the male slaves. They gave them Islam. All right? They gave them Islam. All right? And then made them strangers to themselves and to their lands. And made them enemies to their fellow brothers and sisters who are Africans. And you guess why Boko Haram is killing Africans. They have black skin like us. They are killing us because they are wired to be idiots. Just like those who embrace Christianity are wired to be idiots and schizophrenic, so distant from themselves. They hate themselves. They forget the African in them. You see what it is? It's a mind thing. And this is what we are out to stop in Nigeria. That is why Africa is now boiling. Like Bob Marley said, he said, we Africans, we fight if we find it necessary. Tell you what, we know we shall win, as we are confident in your victory of good over evil, of good over evil. Well, everywhere is war. We say war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, war, rumors of a war, and until that day, yes, that's where we are. But we come with a new message. We come with a message of peace. We come with a message of justice. We come with a message of security. We come with a message of progress and prosperity for the whole world. And that is why ONN is a global movement. That is why we want to build a world where the human beings will be respected, where religion will not mind, will not be a problem, will not be an obstacle to genuine human relationship. That is what we represent here. I'm not taking side with Israel, and I'm not taking side with Palestine. I am taking side with the Almighty God, because God is a God of justice. God is a God of justice. God is the Almighty God of love. He does not hate anybody, and he did not tell us to hate anyone. So any person who spreads the ideology of hate, you are on your own, not me. But what I can say, point blank, about what is taking place in Palestine, what the Hamas is doing, waking up to bomb innocent Israelis, I am not for it. But I am very much pained by what Benjamin Netanyahu is doing in that place, destroying innocent children and women. Yes, if he wants to go after Hamas, I think there are better ways of doing it. But destroying innocent children and women is not what the Almighty God permits. I don't care what anybody thinks, and I don't care. The same people, Boko Haram, the same thing, Boko Haram, driven by corrupt and morally bankrupt Fulanis from Nigeria, are doing to Nigerians. They have massacred, last year alone, let me tell you now, if you don't have the sense of statistics, what has happened in Nigeria, there are a number of people that have been murdered in Nigeria by these mindless Fulanis are much more than the number of people who have been murdered by Netanyahu in Israel, and combined what the Hamas has done and what Netanyahu is doing in his alleged retaliation, and what is taking place, the number of people who have been massacred in the Ukrainian-Russian war. Nigeria surpasses them. Nigeria is supposed to be at a peacetime. It's not a full-blown war declared yet. Over 600,000 people were massacred by the Fulanis, Fulani bandits and terrorists, including Boko Haram, in Nigeria only last year. Yes, only last year. We are not officially at war. So what's going on? So what is the difference? But the world is not hearing what is taking place in Nigeria. Yeah, because Nigeria is a black country, a black man country. The black man does not count. The black life does not matter. We don't have the media. CNN will turn away from it. BBC will not do anything about it. ABC will not say anything. Fox News is out of it because it is a black life that is involved. But this is why we're here right now, ONN. We are here to represent and present the issue globally, for all races. We don't discriminate on the basis of race. We don't discriminate on the basis of religion. We are here strictly to speak the truth and the way it is, so that everybody will have a balanced understanding of what is taking place everywhere, starting from Africa, United States, Europe, and everywhere. So how about that? Yes. You know the story of Boko Haram? How it got to where it is? You know who is behind Boko Haram? France. Is France an African country? No. France is a European country. All right? France had 14 colonies in Africa, from which it was stealing 500 billion US dollars every year since the past nearly 80 years of their colonialism in those African countries, 14 of them, until recently, when some of them started rebelling and asking France to leave. What is France and the entire Europe doing? They are trying to gather together, to come and invade Africa. Because no Africa, no Europe, no Africa, actually, essentially, well, the world will be in trouble. So they don't want us to unite. They don't want us to be what we should be. Anyway, let's not digress. I want to play for you a clip of what a Nigerian leader at Independence said here about some people in Nigeria. Yes, a supposed Nigerian leader, what he said. And it goes to show how much they don't want Nigeria, how much they hate Nigeria, how much they don't love Nigeria, but they are inside that geographical expression. They want to destroy all of Nigerians in order to establish their Fulani Arab nation. But we are saying no, that is not going to happen. So if you are listening to me and you are not listening very carefully, I would love for you to pay a close attention to everything that I am saying. I'm a die-hard Pan-Africanist, and I'm a die-hard Nigerian. I want a Nigeria that will be open to all peoples, yes, black, white, Muslims, Christians, as long as you are driven by the hunger to do right. That's why I don't have any problem with you. I have a lot of Muslims here as friends who are friends. One of my closest friends, after Basim, I think Basim is always here watching, watching my shows. He knows how close we are, and he knows how we talk about bullshit, about everything, and how people manipulate others. So Basim, if you are here, please, I would love you to come and say hello to these people. Some people are so ignorant that they don't understand. Once they tell them they are manipulated by religious extremists who find themselves on the pulpit reeling out lies to them, they lose their mind. So we can do better, and that is exactly. But before anything, let me play this clip so you can hear what a Nigerian leader said at Independence. All right, just a minute while I play this for you. You hear that and then cry. This is a man that some Nigerians revered. Yes, a rogue who wrecked Nigeria on day one at Independence. Who will do that to a country? Here the hate he spewed out against the Igbos. And his name was Ahmadu Bello. Ahmadu Bello. He was the premier of northern Nigeria and a descendant of Osman Dan Fodio, the violent jihadist who came driven by politics, yes, by finance and control of economics, and nothing by God. He didn't come in the name of God. He came hiding behind God, but his mission was to create a Fulani nation, and just from Nigeria into the whole of West Africa. You may want to know what is going on in Burkina Faso, all that is going on in Mali, all that is going on in Niger. They are Fulanis who want to convert West Africa into their enclave because they don't have a place. They move from one place to the other. You find them in Cameroon. They will enjoy benefits as Cameroonian citizens. They will move into Niger, enjoy benefits as Nigerians. They move into Mali, enjoy benefits as Malians. They go to Sudan, enjoy benefits. They are the ones causing trouble in Sudan, enjoy benefits as Sudanese. They go to Mauritania. In fact, they have driven all the black people in Mauritania away. Yes, as we speak. Black Mauritanians, the original owners of Mauritania, have been driven away from their country. That's what they want to do in Nigeria. But we are not going to allow them. All right? Now, you saw what they did in Central African Republic. It's the same people. Before the people in Central African Republic rose up against them and drove them out of their country. So if they don't behave themselves, we are going to drive them away from Nigeria. I know they don't want to hear that. And as I'm saying this, I am not generalizing. I am working with some Fulanis in the movement we call Open Nigeria. They are some of the closest persons to me. They hate what these Osman Danfodio elements have come to do in Nigeria. Those ones came first. They are moderates. You find them as Christians. You could find some of them as Muslims. But wherever they stand, they are very moderate. I can give you 20 of them that work directly with me. They are not afraid. They are not angry with me for calling out some Fulanis. You know, Fulanis have different grades. There are some who reside in the bush. Yes. And the ones who are in the political class mastermind the ones in the bush, arm them against any country that they want to invade. And they are the animals holding our country hostage. And then you see some of them, they always want to be the leaders. They want to be leaders. You want to hear something? 10 out of Nigeria's leaders at the highest level were Fulanis, or some people who have something to do with Fulanis. 10 out of 13. What did they do? They wrecked the country. They brought the country on its nose. They hate modernity. They hate excellence. They hate for any and everything to work. So the people of Nigeria, they scared the hell out of the people of Nigeria, because during their years of leading Nigeria aground, they got into the armed forces, altered the configuration of our armed forces. They hold command and control infrastructure of all of Nigeria's security forces. So when anybody raises his fingers, they will come and jump on the person in the name of Nigeria. That was how they created what they said was civil war, which is pure genocide, because they hated the Igbos who stood up, the only race who will stand up in Nigeria. The only race that has always stood up for the people of Nigeria, the Igbos. They detest them. They rallied the whole of Nigeria against them and massacred 5 million of them. They want to start another one. So this is where it ends. And this is why we are coming out to them. We don't pretend. I'm not a politician who will say something in order to get votes. If I come to run for president in Nigeria tomorrow and you hate what I'm saying today, vote against me. But I may have done. But my own is to be an obstacle for the destruction of Nigeria. Now, listen to what Amadou Bello said at independence. I will show you. This evil man.
While I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I mean, almost call it obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our Northernization Policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the North solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first. If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the East or in the West? The answer is no. And if there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
The people of the world, did you hear that? That was right at independence. Right at independence. And you know what? Some people don't want us to play this video. But unfortunately for them, it is what it is already. And it is where in the public domain. If they had a way, they will erase it so that we will not talk about it anymore. And for a very long time, the people of Nigeria have tolerated these people, even as they progressively got worse. Which leader of a brand new country will say this on day one? Now, what is the purpose for our one Nigerianness? Why are we one Nigeria? If an Igbo man, if an Hausa man cannot thrive in any part of Nigeria without being spoken of as if he's a stranger. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? If they couldn't find any person who is a Northerner, what is the meaning of Northerner in a country that is supposed to be one? So they come with this obnoxious idea of Northern nationalism that conflicts with the idea of Nigerian nationalism. Yes, Nigerian nationalism. I live in the United States. I've lived here for 29 years, going to 30 years. Nobody has ever treated me so badly than like I was treated when I was living in Nigeria, especially in the north of Nigeria. But I'm going to say something about this before I say something about my encounter living in the north of Nigeria, my own country, part of my own country. Yes, a country that my father invested so much in, a country that my mother did so much for. My parents accommodated people from different parts of Nigeria. Yes, we don't know them, we never knew them, but we took them in as family members. And they had the best of time. But in my country, and I know it's still happening, yeah, people are asked questions or given opportunities based on their religions and based on their tribes. Here come these idiots, who set fire on Nigeria. On day one, he set fire on Nigeria. This man it was who blew up the brain of Nigeria on the very first day. He blew up the brain of Nigeria. He shot fatally into the brain of Nigeria on day one. And then his Fulani people don't want to stop. As far as they are concerned, it is a mission that they must accomplish to take over Nigeria by all means necessary. While the rest of Nigeria is smiling and dancing and buying Brazilian hair. The male Nigerians from other parts of Nigeria, the laziest people I've ever seen in any generation. They think it's a joke. Even with all that is taking place, people go to school. Children are harvested. In their school, elementary school children, they will come in a bus and cut all of them away down into the bush. Nobody is arrested. Nobody is held accountable. Parents are forced to pay ransom, running into billions of naira. Yes, and the government is involved in paying ransom to criminals that they are not able to rein in. Yeah, because they know who they are. They know who their masterminds are. Whenever you see here Nigeria is fighting terrorism, they are fighting the victims of the masterminds. Well, the masterminds occupy strategic positions in Nigerian government. Like as we speak, the vice president of Nigeria is a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram. He's there, right there. The Minister of Defense is a terrorist with ties to Boko Haram and the bandits raging all over the country. He's occupying that. Nigerians knew. Everybody knows. Most of the traditional rulers, they say they are traditional. I don't know what is traditional about them. You cannot be a traditional ruler, a minority Fulani, a traditional ruler over a majority Hausa. Tell me the tradition you are trying to be, you are defending, or you are portraying, or you are projecting. Is it Fulani tradition over Hausa tradition? You don't have anything traditionally in common. Yes, but that's the Nigeria we are right now, and they don't want us to talk about it. Now we're going to talk about this. We are not afraid. That is why we are telling them what they are doing right now, shooting up Nigeria. We can do quadruple of it. But the time has come for the people of Nigeria to wake up and really wake up. We don't have Nigerian armed forces anymore. The Nigerian armed forces is gone. Anything you hear about Nigerian army is a joke. Forget about it. It's to your tent, O Israel. So that's why I'm telling that brother who is telling me about Palestinians and what is taking place. Yes, it bleeds me when I hear and when I watch those children blown off. When I see those women blown off. They don't have anything. They are not Hamas. Why kill them in that number? Yes. And then they want me to take sides? No, I'm not going to take sides. I will never take sides with Netanyahu because it's as bad as a Hitler. Never will I take sides with him. Just the same way, I will not take side, or I will be the same way I will not be silent over what Boko Haram is doing. No matter if they have 200 tanks on my head, they are evil. They are doing the same thing Hitler did. They are doing the same thing Netanyahu is doing. So I am for God. I am for humanity. I am for sanctity of life. I respect that. But this beast that I just spoke here at Independence, he said that in the absence of them having a Fulani, when he say our boys, who are our boys? This man he put a program in place that denied the Hausa people access to education. As we speak, for generations, and in this generation, there are over 30 million Hausa children as young as 6 years old, who are on the streets begging with no parental care, no access to their parents. 6-year-old child. You know, I have a 19-year-old that I still treat like she's a baby. I worry when she goes out on her own. I will always be calling her, I hope you're okay and all that. Yes, she will tell me, Dad, stop. I'm an adult, I'm 19. Then we'll be laughing. You know, sometimes when you do this, you know, but she's still a baby. And now you talk about a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old, mostly Hausa children. They taught the Hausa people not to be responsible. They teach them how not to care about their children. They taught them how to raise so many children that they cannot care about. Have the children. A typical Fulani person does not have more than one wife. It is rare to find them having more than one wife. They have fewer children. And they pay attention to their children. Because of the obnoxious type of Islam that they introduced to them. They told them you can marry as many as you want. You can have as many children as you want. Then as long you have them, put them in the school for Allah. So that's how they toss 6-year-old. Who will do that to his child? Who will do that to her child? They will toss those children on the street. Far away from home. It's not like when they go out, they will come home in the evening. Far away. A child that was born for maybe in a town they call Birnin Kebbi will be taken to Kano. Kano is over 150 miles from Birnin Kebbi. Lost forever. He's there fending for himself. A lot of them died in the process. And nobody cares about them. They will say it's the will of Allah. Allah does not bring children to kill them. They beg not just only for themselves. They beg for their corrupt and morally bankrupt Islamic scholars who know next to nothing about their God. So that's how they indoctrinate these children. They become so heartless because they have no love They didn't know love. Nobody showed them love. Nobody taught them about love. All they know is about living through hellish conditions. So that hardened some of them who make it to adulthood. They are the ones they are using to shoot up Nigeria. They are the soldiers that they use to blackmail Nigeria. They are the ones that they put in the forest across Nigeria. They are heartless child soldiers. You know what it is to be a child soldier? They are trigger happy, and they put them on drugs. They pump drugs on them. They destroy them. These Fulani elites, very wicked, very, very heinous, very savage, very inhumane. Yes, they are beasts. Yes. So they are the ones who want to continue to rule Nigeria. Yes. 10 out of 13 leaders of Nigeria were Fulanis. They have, how will I put it? They have euthanized the Hausa people. That the typical Hausa man is scared, he trembles when he hears about a Fulani man. I lived in South Africa for 2 years. Then that was when I understood what apartheid did to the brain of the black man. At the time I went to South Africa in 1994, when the apartheid curtain was dropping, I worked in a once white-only hospital. And as some of the people who worked with me, I see how they trembled when they see a white man. And then when they saw I was behaving differently from them, they would ask me, where you get your courage from? Where you get your courage from? Yes. Even up to the mayor, the first black mayor of Betal was so close to me. I remember the kind of mindset he had. I was a huge inspiration to him, to the extent that when I was leaving, he was crying. He didn't want me to leave, but I had to come here at the time. This is what they have done to the minds of the Hausa people. And this is what they are doing brutally, using the army to do to the people of Nigeria. I'm telling you, Nigerians have become cowards. Nigerians are so afraid of the Fulanis. Yes, Nigerians are so afraid. You see Nigerian mayor, when you see them, on the television speaking, all those people you see on television speaking, advancing a course for how Nigeria should be administered. They don't, those ideas die with them. When they have the opportunity to stand up for Nigeria, you don't see them. You don't come to my studio to tell me about the North or about the South. So this is a warning to Nigerians right now. I don't tell you what you want to hear unless it's the truth. Any person who comes in the name of the North to want to lead you as a Nigerian is an enemy of Nigeria. It's not a Nigerian. It's not a Nigerian. And the only people who do it are Fulani elites. They are so arrogant. They are so savage. They are so disrespectful. They are arrogantly ignorant and inhumane. They don't care about Nigeria. They care about their Fulani nationalism. And every opportunity they have to lead Nigeria, they advance the cause of Fulani nationalism. That was what Murtala did. That was what Shagari did. That was what Abacha did. That was what Babangida did. That's what Abdul Salam did. And that's what Buhari did for 8 years that he came back. Yes. Buhari was the one who destroyed the Nigerian army completely. When he recruited terrorists, he called them repentant terrorists and placed them back into the Nigerian army. He put some inside the customs. This is why the army of Nigeria cannot fight. Boko Haram has informants in the Nigerian armed forces. Boko Haram has informants in Nigerian police. Boko Haram has informants everywhere. They are the same people who destroyed 4 Nigerian refineries They made sure the Nigerian refineries did not work. They put Mili Kyari for over 10 years to systematically destroy the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission Corporation. And eventually, what did we get? Dangote, Aliko Dangote, has now the biggest refinery, mobile refinery in the world, after they destroyed the Nigerian refinery, 4 Nigerian refineries. It is only at Aliko Dangote's refinery that is working. The Dangote refinery was built off of money stolen from Nigeria, involving my own brother, who was the governor of Central Bank. Now they are working hard on jailing him. It serves him right for what he did, because he was unpatriotic. Any person that is Fulani elite with ties to they don't care about Nigeria. They care only about their Fulani nation, because they are hell-bent on building a Fulani country. And the country that they have chosen is Nigeria. And they want to expand their funds. Yes, the turmoil you are hearing in Burkina Faso, they are in it with France. What you heard that took place in Mali, they were in it with France. What happened in Niger, that whole Sahel, they are involved with France. They have this great affinity with France. A man who said that he will, first of all, hire a white man. If they can't, none of their boys is available. They will hire a white man next. And then if they can't find a white man as an expatriate to hire in Nigeria with very qualified people from other races, they will then hire a Nigerian on contract in their country. You wonder why Nigeria is not moving forward and why Nigeria will never move forward? Nigeria cannot advance. And that is why we are telling them that we want an open Nigeria. And that is the reason why some people don't want to be part of Nigeria again. Some people, the Biafran, the Igbos, want to leave and go and form their own country. Some Yorubas want to break away from Nigeria. But I share a different ideology. I share a different opinion. I still believe that we can make Nigeria work, and that is going to take through leadership, who is a leadership that does not recognize religion to the point of impacting the growth and development of the country. Yes, negatively. A leadership who understands that we are one people and can demonstrate an example that when you are a leader of a country, you are from every part of that country. Muhammadu Buhari did not demonstrate that character. Murtala Mohammed did not demonstrate that character. Even he pretended that he was a Pan-Africanist. He did a lot damaging things, and he was a war criminal. Yes. Gowon, who then was a Fulani at the time, now seeing what the Fulanis are doing to his people, he had that northern nationalist ideology. Yes. All those military officers who call themselves northerners then, they are receiving what we call woto in Nigeria. They are getting paid for what they did to make Nigeria not work. The Fulanis elite, the Fulani elites in politics, who for strange reasons are allowed to take a front row in our country's national discourse, in our country's national destiny, have armed, they have connived with Fulanis around West Africa in their bid to build a country for themselves, have armed Fulani militias and Fulani mercenaries and positioned them in forests across Nigeria and farmlands and allies in Nigeria to prevent our people from accessing their farms, that create hunger in the land, that is already manifesting in food insecurity and general insecurity, where people are afraid. When you wake up and go out in Nigeria, you are not sure about your safety and security until you are back. This is not what our country has ever been. Nigeria is going through the worst. Even during what they call a civil war that I know was genocide, it wasn't this bad. These people are heinous. They were the people who orchestrated the massacre of fellow Nigerians for 3 years, 3 unrelenting years, with the backing of Imperial Britain, with whom they have a dual relationship. The British people have a dual relationship with Nigeria. One relationship with the Fulanis, and another relationship with the sovereign Nigeria. And this is what we must put to an end, so we can build the Nigeria of our dream. If we continue to treat these people with kid gloves, I tell you, Nigeria will die, and which is what some people want. But we, the people of Nigeria, must not allow it to happen. And this is why every Nigerian from Nigeria, in the north, west, north, south, and east, this is why we must wake up, because we have been victims for too long. It is time to speak up. My brothers and sisters in the diaspora who are Nigerians, this is not a time for you to keep quiet and not do anything. We must go beyond writing on Facebook and WhatsApp and take real action. Go to our various communities to start organizing. Yes, because what is about to happen to Nigeria will be unprecedented if we allow it. They are everywhere in Nigeria right now. They have the support of the BBC. I remember what happened in my hometown that has been under siege for a very long time. As we speak, over 100 people have been murdered in my hometown. By people who are Fulanis, who traveled hundreds of miles to come and disrupt the peace in that place. They murdered so many people. Even one most painful one, was a woman who was pregnant, kidnapped along with her husband, while in their captivity, had a baby. As soon as the baby came out, they threw that baby to their dogs, and that dog walloped that baby. Most painful. And there was nobody to report to. No police, no army. The state governor did not see it as anything that was a major news that should be acted on. And if you hear what is taking place right now, you may have heard about a political party that they call APC. APC is a product of a coalition. That is why when people tell me about the coalition today, I don't want to hear anything coalition. A coalition from some political parties, all right, with a terrorist party headed by Muhammadu Buhari, they call CPC. So they fused together, and the CPC portion of the party overwhelmed the APC. They took all the strategic positions, yes, in manner that brought the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari. And then he let hell loose. He tried to bring a bill to the National Assembly that give the Fulanis the right to go into forests across Nigeria to establish their colony that they call Ruga. The people of Nigeria rose up against it, and that bill died. And he still found a way to tell them, you can go in anywhere. That's how they have taken over our forests. Yes. A few months ago, some people traveled over 500 miles. Yes, in the name of being Nigerians, and who can go to anywhere in Nigeria and not do anything good, but commit heinous crimes, massacre people, kidnap our people, turn our forests into safe havens from where they come out to kidnap, rape, and kill. So they are there. Intelligence report filtered, and then they were trailed until they got them at a town they call Uromi. A fracas ensued as they were accosted. And then the community came out in full force. Jungle justice. When it was over, we started hearing firestorms from the north. North is north, from the north, not Nigeria now. That north is supposed to be a part of Nigeria. They were threatening fire and brimstone. That the state governor of the state had to go travel to Kano to kneel down before terrorists to apologize so that the Fulanis will not come and attack. Army is their army. You touch them, the army will come after you because they run the army. They have destroyed villages in Nigeria. Yes, the latest they destroyed was Okwama in Delta State where I come from. Some soldiers came to support an oil thief. The villagers whose town the pipeline passed through were enraged by the activities of these men. And they came under attack. The soldiers came as if they were attacking the army of another country, destroyed that whole village, chased all of its inhabitants into the forest, arrested 5 of their leaders, 3 of whom, as we speak, have died in the custody of the army in Nigeria. What kind of a country is that? And they don't want us to talk about this. Now you are a Nigerian listening to me. You are a Nigerian listening to me. I want to tell you that Nigeria is at war. And the people of the world, I know Nigeria is a forgotten place because it's a black country. The only reason we are hearing what is taking place in Burkina Faso is because oil mineral resources is involved. That touches the strategic interest of some countries on earth, and for which they want to eliminate that young patriotic African. But we are saying, I hope we sent a message, a very strong message on May 30th, when the whole of Africa rose, demanding that if anything happens to Traore, it is happening to all of us, the whole of Africa. So that's what is taking place there. So the Nigerian interest is not being served. France and their allies are inside Nigeria, destroying Nigeria, fomenting trouble, using Fulani bandits and Fulani terrorists. They are responsible for Boko Haram. So the young man who was telling me about me not condemning Boko Haram, you don't know what's taking place. I don't know which country you come from. I hope you are from France, or from Germany, or from Spain, or from elsewhere in Europe. Yeah, so you see what corrupt European politicians and businessmen are doing in Africa. The same thing they are doing in Congo. Why Congo is not at peace? Congo is the richest country on earth, but has the poorest people. Congo does not have up to 300 miles of paved roads. Even when half of the country, nearly half of the country is in IDP camp, internally displaced people's camp. The criminals from the West are still coming to harvest minerals in their land. When these people have blood, crying blood, weeping and wailing for their loved ones who have been murdered. Since 1961, that country has not known peace. After 12 million of their citizens were massacred by King Leopold of Little Belgium. Yes. And then they destroyed Patrice Lumumba, killed him, took his body, soaked him in concentrated sulfuric acid. Are you hearing me? Tetraoxosulfate 6 acid, for those who did chemistry. Yes, they dipped his body, and then he died. What did the black man do to the world? What offense did the black man commit? The black man's offense is that he was so welcoming. He was so stupid. He welcomed everybody. They lied to him. They took advantage of his kindness, his welcoming culture, to lie to him. They stole his mind. They told him about the God that they don't believe in. Gave him a Bible, and they gave him a Quran. And then they turned his continent into a battleground for two civilizations driven by religions that are driven by economics. And then we become the foot soldiers. They supplied us the ammunition. They supplied us the arsenal with which we destroyed ourselves. They sowed the seed of hate among us. Still, the African man is still not able to understand this, to see beyond his nose that these people don't mean well for him, and for him to rise up and start rebuilding, go back to basics. They fractured us. Yes, we were the first, the original civilization. Yes, we had universities and centers of learning. Yes, that attracted students from far and wide. Today, they turned us to be the black people of from the dark continent. But they won't leave our resources alone. They take our resources, mineral and natural, yes, and even our human resources, and then come back to say they are giving us aid, that we are so poor. How will you give me aid from what you stole from me? But the African man is yet not thinking yet, not thinking. And those who are thinking are not given access to leading the African continent. Yes, they manipulate our elections. They are every time involved with our election. It's only us in Africa that come to monitor their election. Something is wrong with the brain of the black man. And that is what we must stamp out. And the moment is now. So we don't care what anybody thinks or says. We are out to speak the truth to our people. The Fulanis in Nigeria, behave yourselves, because you are endangering yourselves. You are putting the lives of young, innocent, and defenseless Fulani in trouble. Yes, when the people of Nigeria will rise up, what happened in Rwanda will be a child's play. What happened in Nigeria before will be a child's play. I don't want that to happen to Africa again, because that would be too much of a tragedy to hit one continent at the same time. Please, think. Are you Africans or you are Arabs? Who do you represent? Why are you fighting for Allah that you don't believe in? You don't believe in God. It is your economics, it's your politics, it's everything you love to control. You love to control. But the people of Nigeria are now beginning to learn, and they are waking up. They are standing up. They are telling you enough is enough. We don't mind accommodating you, but you are going off the line to try to think that you can control us, even with all the AK-47 and the RPGs you are using to assault us. You've turned the Nigerian army into receiving, on behalf of Nigeria, ammunition from the United States and everywhere, that you give to terrorists to attack our people. We are telling you that the time is about up. Nigerians, you must wake up. You can't say that you have not been told. I am speaking to you, Muslims, Christians, enemies, and that. See yourself first as Nigerians before you see religion. Religion was something that was brought from outside to us. The Islam and Christianity, they are not our original religion. And quite frankly, we saw God before every other race. We were the first. The relationship that was established between God and man was established between God and the black man. The man that was handmade by the Almighty God, the first man, we were the first. The first man that was made by the Almighty God, the first and the only man that was made by the Almighty God with his hand was the black man. Every other race came out of the black man. White, black, blue, Chinese, India, they all came out of the black man. So they are black people. No matter how they refuse that they are not, no matter what they have taken us through, black man, wake up, wake up. I am now telling you to wake up with anger, to revenge. Wake up to now assert yourself, assert your space, assert your rights. We don't have a culture of invading people. We don't have a culture of going to another country to take it over. We don't have the culture of going to build military bases outside our continent. but we must defend ourselves. We must take hold of our minerals. We must build schools that have something to do with us. We must educate our people as Africans and no more as Europeans and as Arabs. That is the greatest trouble that we have. We are educated to be idiots. We are educated to be schizophrenics. We are educated to be Arabs. We are educated to be Europeans. When you are educated along these lines, you can never put it together to define yourself. Now, the African man, you must seek your definition. And this is the time. It is auspicious. It is compelling. It is now. Remember the message of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He was the one who told us, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, because none of that can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill their book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? Yes, all I ever had. Redemption song. Yes, this is a moment for redemption for the black man. We must stop allowing others to define us. It's time for us to define ourselves. We must build our own system. We must unite Africa. Africa must unite. Africa unite. It has been said, not one time, not two times, not three times, many times. It's a vision that must come to pass. We in this generation must make it pass. How good and how pleasant it could be before God and man to see the unification of all Africans. Marcus Garvey said it. Now let it be done. We are the children of that Rasta man. We are the children of that higher man. Whoa, Africa unite. Africa unite, yeah. Unite for the benefit of your children, because we're moving right out of Babylon. Yes, Africans unite. The only way Africa will be saved from all this is for the African people to heed the call of Marcus Mosiah Garvey's call, to heed the call by Robert Nesta Marley, to heed the call by Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia, to heed the call of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, Modibo Keita, Abdel Nasser, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Kenneth Kaunda, yes, Robert Mugabe, Thomas Sankara, Samora Machel, Nelson Mandela, and now Patrick Lumumba, and then Patrick Lumumba, Professor Patrick Lumumba. And now, all of us who are speaking, including Captain Ibrahim Traore, Africa, unite. What do you need to hear again? Unite and build one country without boundaries, one country with one economy, one country with one set of leadership, one country with one reserve bank, and one country with one military. That is the only way. And when we have that, there will be no group that will be called Fulanis, who will come with arms and ammunition bought from France to destroy Nigeria and some parts of West Africa. There will be nothing like Boko Haram anymore. because we have the internal mechanism to deal decisively with any group that will spring up. The unification of Africa is what the rest of the imperial world, they dread it, because they know that when Africa unites, things will change. And we see it happening. Let us unite. So for the Fulanis, crazy Fulani elites who think that they own Nigeria, you have one last warning. For real, this is a warning. This is not a joke. One last warning. One last warning. You don't own Nigeria. And we will not allow you to own Nigeria. You cannot stop your jihad movement because it's not going to work. Nigerians will wake up and will give you a fight of their life. And it's about to go down. Beat a retreat. Withdraw your forces. Withdraw your mercenaries. Recall them. We are in the 21st century. Open grazing is dead. Yes, state governors across Nigeria, if you are truly governors, you must pass laws that will stop grazing on the streets of Nigeria. You must pass laws that will stop cattle eating the crops of hard-working Nigerians. You must pass laws that will stop these criminals from terrorizing territories in Nigeria, territories in your domain. You criminal governors now and politicians who are defecting en masse into a terrorist organization called APC. Yes, that is fronting as a political party in Nigeria. You are setting a very dangerous precedent that will come and burn you down. Yes. The people of Nigeria, especially from those states like my Delta state, from which the entire state infrastructure moved to a political party. Let those who move, let them be on their own. The people of Delta and Edo and wherever states that is happening, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, wherever all that nonsense has happened. Yeah, please, let those people be on their own. When the time comes, you will let them know that they are indeed on their own, that you are not for them. Akpabio, receive this warning. Akpabio, you have overreached your boundaries so many times. You have disrespected Nigerians without recourse for consequences. I'm not sure, I think you are lost. It's either you are taking something, or I don't know what it is that is driving you and the likes of Wike. The people will come after you when it goes down. Please, beat a retreat and be true Nigerians. Beat a retreat and let the people of Nigeria have their way. Those in the armed forces of Nigeria, the armed forces have no confidence in the Nigerian armed forces. But I know there are some good people in there that are repressed. Please, you are getting my message, and I'm sure you are getting the message coming out from different Nigerians. Remember that you are Nigerians. You remember that you are Nigerians. You are not aliens. What is happening to Nigeria is happening to you. The insecurity in Nigeria has claimed the lives of a lot of your peers. I am telling you, please, when they send you out to kill innocent and defenseless Nigerians, please act with caution. Nigeria is angry and red right now. Nigeria can explode any minute from now into something that only the Almighty God will know how it will end. Be very careful how you play. Be very careful how you play. Remember, you are Nigerians. We love you, and especially those who love Nigeria. The Hausa people in the armed forces. Remember how your people, your ancestors were tortured for 221 years this year. When you have those ammunition in your hand, please be very careful how you use them. Don't use them on innocent and defenseless Nigerians. I know that they're going to deploy you when things start boiling over, because Nigerians have their backs on the wall. very soon they'll be dried up with nothing to eat. And the only thing to eat will be the people who have been oppressing them. Do not be the defenders of your oppressors, because they are oppressing you too, and they're oppressing us. The job of a soldier is not to shoot at citizens. The job of a soldier is to defend the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty. And that's what it is. With this, I come to the end of this, and thank all those people, all those Nigerians, non-Nigerians, Americans, and people of the world who took their time off to come and be part of this stream. We appreciate you. I don't know how to say thank you. And I would love to tell you, remind you that we are a global movement. We are not just all about Nigeria. We are for the whole world. If you have something happening in your country, feel free to talk to us about it. We will respond and do the best we can to bring a global understanding, our global awareness to it. We are not just restricted to Nigeria. No. It's just like it's a lot going on in Nigeria right now. That is why you see us talking about like, it's so much going on. And you know, Nigeria is a very strategic country to the world. The 6th largest producer of oil and so many things. And about one of the biggest producers of gas. If anything happens to Nigeria right now, there will be a problem in the global economic market. So that is why we must do the best we can to contain this evil that is getting out of control in Nigeria. Nigeria is so strategic, and they want to destabilize it for a reason, and we will not allow them. So join us in the fight, in the talk about what is taking place. If you know a Nigerian, share this message with him. Express to him the reason why he must stand up for his country, and not for his religion, and not for his tribe, and not for the Fulanis. Stand up for Nigeria. It's not about anything, but about the country. Much love, and I want to remind you, if you joined us for the very first time, I see thousands of people, who are here to watch this broadcast. Please, don't leave here. Don't leave here, please. Don't leave here without subscribing. We will appreciate. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, for while appealing to you, to subscribe to our channel. Even if you don't agree with what we are saying, we need you, to have a balanced discussion. We share perspective. You may be able to convince me on certain things that will help me change my opinion about a certain thing that maybe perhaps I believe I have made up my mind about. If you give me a new reason to believe that I came short of what it is, it's a lot of comments right here. My goodness. Let me take a few of these comments. Why those who wish to subscribe to our channel do so. It will not hurt if we have 1,500 subscriptions right now as we speak. So please, people, come on. You can do it, and we will love you for that. We will appreciate you. And for those who want to take a step further by joining our membership, we will appreciate that, because we need resources to advance this message beyond where we are right now. We do support people and organizations, and we will appreciate. Next week is my birthday, and on June 13th, I'll be turning 63. So I'm going to, be talking to you on that day. So if you can support me, I have a foundation that I like, to support, for the prostate cancer society. I will appreciate whatever you donate towards my birthday. I will hand everything over to them, to advance research and cure for cancer of the prostate. Daddy told me Nigeria is the only place I can litter. Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's correct. Because essentially, the country, sadly, I love the country. It was never like this before. Yes, you can do a lot of things and get away with it. Because the country has become essentially lawless. Nobody cares. So your daddy, even though the way he told you, I don't know how he told you that, but unfortunately, that is true. Martinez Manuel, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much for always being part of this Art of the Mind. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Ederos Matthew, you are right. We need peace. And every African has moral obligation to work towards it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pray didn't know Igbo Biafra people still there, you too. Well, I don't know where you come from. I think that is an insult. You know, Priye, your name sounds Ijo. Well, I don't know the motive behind your statement, but I will advise you to be very careful of what you say, because that's a hate speech. But we will let you slide for this time. Next time you do it, you are going to be out of here. All right? Nigerian bent over to China. Nigerian bent over to China. I don't know about that. I would want a Nigeria that will be able to trade with everybody on earth, but those who trade with Nigeria with respect, and not those who will come and dump nonsense in Nigeria. You know, I don't support that. Bishop Clement Udegbe, say hi. Hello, how are you, Clement? Break up Nigeria. Let the North go and let the Igbo go. Well, I will not tell you anything. For me personally, I don't want to be an advocate of a breaking up of Nigeria, because I am a strategic thinker and looking at the bigger picture. But again, I will not contest your position, because you have a right to self-determination. And the right to self-determination is a basic human right. It's only that Nigerians and those who lead Nigeria are ignorant and mostly illiterate. They don't understand that, even as it is written in their constitution, that the right to self-determination is a basic human right that should be respected by all. So I respect your opinion, but that does not mean I agree with it. Okay, you now have Biafra via Finland. Leave us Nigerians alone. Priya, you are actually sick, you know, with your nonsense. So for this statement of hate, you are out of here. You will never be allowed an opportunity to come and run your mouth and be stupid as you are right now. So bye for now. Enjoy your foolishness. We are not going to allow you, you know, to be part of this. So bye for now, and you'll never come back again. All right, and Clinton, the man Bello is evil. Yeah, it is better for Nigeria to speak. Yeah, well, again, I just addressed that. Well, that would be a last resort by me on my own. I know that once I join the people asking for the splitting of Nigeria, Nigeria will split, because I can do it, but I will not do it. I'm not that mad yet. I still believe that Nigeria can work. The problem we have is the ignorance in Nigeria. The ignorance in Nigeria is heavy, especially in the north, you know, where people are brainwashed using Islam, you know. So they are a work in progress. The Hausa people are beginning to react to therapy. So I'm believing that in no distant time, they'll be fully awake and take their place in Nigeria and be the best Nigerians they want to be. They are beginning to understand that what the people told them about religion, the Fulani elite misled them with religion, especially Islam, that they have now found out that they were essentially lied to. So we are going to give them a chance to grow back and be the Africans that they ought to be. All right? The over childbearing is a game of number for political dominance, but it's the most foolish thing. If you raise children, just not raising them to be anything but to be pawn that you use to win an election, and then dump them later, is evil. That's a crime against humanity, and it's sad, and it's true that they do it. But the people now are beginning to wake up. And in no distant time, we are not going to see that again. Idele Johnson, you are asking what's going on. What is going on is what we are talking about in Nigeria, what Nigeria has become. Okay? Those African musicians were legends. They have sung for liberation of Africa long before this time. The full Fulani are fighting stupid jihad against the development of the African continent. Absolutely. The Fulani elites with ties to Osman and Fodio are responsible for the darkness in West Africa, and by extension, the whole of Africa. Because they hate modernity. They hate progress. They hate prosperity. They are so crude. Yes, so crude and retarded. So, but they are a minority in Nigeria. My problem with the people of Nigeria is how they allowed this crooked minority to overpower them for 64 years. And then the Hausa for 221 years. It is sad. So with this, we come to a close of this broadcast, and I want to say how much I love you. I don't even know how to quantify it. For the Americans who support me, both morally and otherwise, I love you guys so much. You know, this United States gave me an opportunity to be a lot that I could only imagine if I was in Nigeria. So my movement here, I believe, was divine and strategic for the role I am playing today in Nigeria and the whole of Africa. So I'm very much appreciative to the United States for that. Even as I disagree with some of their leaders, including the President Donald Trump, over some of his policies, especially on Africa. I was most pained by what he did with Ramaphosa, who came here, you know, hoping to talk about diplomacy and how to improve the relationship between the United States and South Africa, and by extension, the whole of Africa. What President Trump brought before him, the man was not prepared for. And it brought a pain, you know, a repeat, a reminder of the pain of apartheid that President Donald Trump did not understand. Yes, because he came from the race of advantage. He didn't understand what the people in South Africa went through and how black people, I'm not sure he remembers, he knows anything about the Sharpsville massacre. And there's so many massacres that involved the murder of hundreds and thousands of innocent and defenseless children of African descent in Africa, descent similar to what Benjamin Netanyahu is doing in Palestine. I felt so sad. And more importantly, how he brought about a picture of what happened in Congo to be representative or symbolic of what happened in South Africa. That was sad. And no thanks to what he was being fed by this lunatic called Elon Musk. Now the two of them are falling apart. Their story is what I'm going to be talking about next week as we step into the new week. Yes, we're going to make a big story out of it. I'm studying all the things that is here. Americans generally are very, very good people and open people, friendly and ever ready to share. So I have no qualms with the people of the United States. America is a great land. We can make it better, you know, and make America a country that listens, not a country that polices and tells the world what to do. And that is why some people resent them. And it's a leadership thing. It's a personal, it's a thing of whoever is in charge at any given point in time. The countries should respect the sovereignty of other countries. That's all the world we want. We want a country that will be, you know, accessible. I want a country that can carry the whole world along. There's no question about that, about the global leadership of the United States. No question about that at all. All right? Okay. Simply Esto. Well, I wish. Okay, you want. Okay, let me give you Bob Marley. So I think he's asking for Bob Marley. Let me run this whole thing with one Bob Marley, and then we call it I don't know. Is there any one that you want? Is there any particular Bob Marley track you want? I can play anything that you want for Bob Marley. If you don't, I will have to choose one by myself so we can get going. And there's one that I would love to play here that speaks to this moment that we are in right now. All right. Música, let me read it in Spanish. Siempre hecho la música reggae en especial las concessions de Bob Marley. Okay, I'm going to play one drop for all of us. Or I can play Africa Unite or Babylon System. All right, so whichever one, well, let me play one drop. One drop is, I think is good for this moment. And again, I thank all of you who took your time to be part of this broadcast. And much love, while I look forward to seeing you in our next stream. Please be there. And I'm so appreciative of the great number that showed up today. And I hope you guys are subscribing. Thousands of people being here today. This is a lot, and I appreciate that. One drop for you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And we still find time to rap. We're making up what's up. The generation gap. So feed this drum beat. As it be sweeting, we're playing our rhythm. Resisting against this system. They made the war so hard. Every day we got to keep on fighting. They made the war so hard. Every day the people are dying. Yeah. For hunger and starvation. Lamentation. Read it in Revelation. You find your redemption. Give us. All right, carry on. We no one, no devil's philosophy. Give us the teachings of His Majesty. We no one. La 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 la. We dread. How we threaten them? How we frighten them? Give us the teachings of His Majesty. We no one, no devil's philosophy. Can you hear? Give us the teachings of His Majesty. We no one. We feel it. All right. It's been such a great moment, great time. Wow. Spending this great time with you was very rewarding personally. And I believe we passed the message, very strong message. I will be right back. And I'm going to have to give you one more before I leave. All right. All right. The people of the world, thank you. And have a great week ahead of you. Now, remember, we refuse to be what they want us to be. We refuse to be, yeah, what they wanted us to be. We are what we are. That's the way life is going to be. If you don't know, you can't educate I for no equal opportunity. I'm talking about my freedom, people's freedom and liberty. If we've been treading on your wine press much too long, rebel, Rebel now. And we've been treading on your wine press. Much to love. Rebel. Rebel. The Nigerian system is a vampire. Whoa. Sucking the children day by day. Whoa. Me say, the Nigerian system is a vampire. Falling empire. Sucking the blood of the sufferers. Yeah. The Nigerian and universities. Whoa, yeah. Yeah. Deceiving my people continually. Whoa. They said, graduating thieves and murderers. Look at now, they sucking the blood of the sufferers, vampires. Yeah. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth right now. Come on and tell the children the truth. Tell the children the truth now. Babylon. Tell the children the truth. Yeah. Ah. We've been treading on your wine press much too long. Rebel. Rebel. Then we've been taken for granted. Rebel. Rebel now. Treading on your wine press. We got to rebel now. It's time to rebel. Treading on your wine press much too long. Yeah. All right. Great evening. I wish you the best of the week. See you next time. It is Smart Madu Ajaja, the anchor of Nigeria now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas. Bye for now. And I love you all.